What is up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review. As always, if you are looking to get coached, just check out my Metafy. The link is in the description down below for live sessions where we actually hop on a call, and VOD reviews, which is what we're doing today, where someone sends in a game and I just go over the entire thing. Get 10% off of your Twitch sub, another 10% off if you buy more than one session. And I also offer these training plans, which are just like big bundles of a bunch of sessions. So if you're going to get more bang for your buck, you can look at those as well. That being said, it is the same student as a few of the recent reviews. They said, I'm having a hard time this one figuring out items and a comp. Try to be more flexible and say minus, but I could definitely use some advice. So let's hop right into it. Okay. Let's get in the game. Okay. Looking for maybe sword start? Okay. Looks like we got it. Nice. Sword Senna doesn't seem that bad. I don't really love Senna, but I mean, if you're gonna take an item on Senna, sword or bow sounds really good. So yeah, I don't hate it. Turn my music tiny. Feels like it's a little loud. Okay, we got 2 orbs, but we haven't picked them up yet. Braum? Yep, I definitely like holding the Atrox player. I would play the Atrox pair. I wouldn't necessarily sell the Braum immediately. I would just play the Atrox pair. I like to always play my pairs because I'm like pretty confident I'm gonna hold them. I mean, Braum theoretically has really good synergy with Atrox, right? If you get something like Lilia, you can get like Cavaliers and then Mirage in with a Yone and then that links to Warrior. If you get an Olaf, of course, it's very straightforward with Scalesorn as well. This Aatrox, like in general, synergizes with Guardians because of stuff like Leona, right? You could think of a comp that's like Aatrox, Leona, Yone plus Braum. So I'd personally hold the Braum. I think he's a totally fine unit to hold early. We should pick up the Vlad here, though it's relatively unlikely we play it. We have a Rod and a Sword start. Not my favorite. See, there's like the Olaf, right? We could have very easily, our opener could just be Aatrox, Olaf, Braum, but we sold the Braum. And then just like throw like a Taric in as our last unit. Yeah, I think we're not very open to this pattern of play, which is, I mean, it's not like the strongest comp in the world, but you should definitely be open to that opener. We also have a lot of gold, like way a lot of gold. Like we can pick this up and make 10, which I wouldn't hate at all. Maybe we're doing something on the second monitor or something, because we can't do that, but it is important. Oh, the immediate level uptake. I mean, I think it's fine, right? If you look at stats. It is a gold opener, so you can theoretically, like it makes sense from this spot, though I wish we had made 10 gold list. But I'm pretty sure level up, yeah, the stats are fine here. Celestial is decent as well, right? I'm sorry for the loud sound. Oh, was the last one Electro, maybe? Was it? Just want to check the stats. God damn it. Yeah, Electro, which might be the highest. No, it's actually pretty low when taken first. I think if you take it later in the game, it's better. Okay. But yeah, I'm from this spot, and I just like to check the augment win rates to add sort of information, just some like context. Like, you know, if Electrocharge had a 4.1 average placement because the numbers are just broken, then I would definitely wait more taking that. But I think level up, especially with the gold opener, is fine. I think it would be pretty acceptable here to just play for a loss streak, make a bunch of gold, and then spike really hard. Maybe at like 3-5 at the latest. But I would have liked to make 10 last round with this orb, but looks like we just didn't have time. And like, yeah, I mean, we immediately sold the Nunu. I'm not the biggest fan though. I don't even know if Mirage is here, actually. Okay, we decided to level for Leona here. I would honestly just go for the make 10 and loss streak from this spot. Like, I don't really think this board can win streak that hard. I do like playing the Thresh. It's slightly stronger. I kind of think Leona's a stronger unit than Taric, but, you know, to each their own. But yeah, like with this start and level up, I really think about just playing for loss streak and making a bunch of gold. Looks like we're gonna win a fight though, so that's not bad. And it's not really feasible to make. I mean, we could sell our entire bench and make gold, but yeah, that doesn't sound that good to me. I'd love to hold the Ash here, by the way, just because we have the Taric, right? The Taric pair. So I would hold the Ash over like this set personally. I think that'd be really nice. But yeah, I mean, like what I would have done personally, grab that orb with the Nunu in it, made 10 that previous round and just played for loss streak here, played a decent board at level 3. It's probably 5 loss streaked it, and then we can go like super fast 7, maybe fast 8 angle, and be in a really good spot. Okay, Heimerdinger 2, but no Tristana is a little bit sad. Also have a Leona pair here. Okay, we're scouting, I mean, nothing that crazy. You're thinking about potentially leveling here? I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't push level here. You'd even look at potentially selling the Heimers. I don't think, I'm personally not the biggest fan of like Cannoneers with level up, if you just think about like what is Cannoneers as a comp? What kind of units make that comp spike? It's a comp that you can, I mean, you can honestly play the entire game at level 7. You only really need 4 and 8 cost units. You don't really need 5 costs in Cannoneers at all. So they help, right? I would definitely play like a Bard in Cannoneers to cap out the board, and like eventually you get to a board where it's like Yasuo and you can cap out the board with Shyvana. But I'd much rather build like AP items and play for like a Shyvana, Asol, Aushin, Wincon than play into Cannoneers. And I mean, I think these items can definitely be that. That's kind of why I would have just played like a Lost Streak style and then like stabilized. I mean, ideally you go fast 8, but maybe it ends up being a fast level 7 or something. We can stabilize around some kind of AP carry like a Jade board or a Mirage board. And then we should pick up the Leona pair as well, by the way, definitely, because this could just be Leona too. But maybe you're like distracted by something in the middle of this game. Um, I don't know. Is this board even stronger? I kind of like the Heimer too, but he has like a tiny bit of damage to your board. I mean, in general, you want to get to this Bruiser's board, but I mean, it was Tarek too, right? Yeah, I mean, we have Tarek too. We can just play Tarek plus these guys frontline, and then like if you want to level for anything, we can level for the Sejuani here, or you could even just level for the Thomas Kench here. But I don't think getting out of like a Tarek to Guardians opener I don't think this is better. It's definitely not stronger than playing the Tarek 2, right? If you want to get the Heimerdinger in, it could be Tarek 2, Thresh, and then Heimer here. It should be fine. But, I mean, this is a much weaker front line. I know you want to get the synergy in, but you do have to really think carefully about, this adds a synergy, but, I mean, we also end up losing a synergy. We end up losing the Guardian synergy, and you're playing a 1-star unit instead of a 2-star unit. And you don't have any defensive frontline synergy right now. You have Guild, but, like, you don't have Bruiser in. If you get Bruiser in, this is like a little bit more defensible, but even then I wouldn't make this play because you have a Tarek too. I would just absolutely play around the Tarek too. Even though it's not the optimal front line for Cannoneers, I think it would be fine. So yeah. And I mean, I guess the maybe not elephant in the room, but the thing to address, we have a sword and rod here, which, I don't really want to slam anything out of. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Gunblade Slam. It can be a nice item late game, but it's not very strong early. So I feel completely fine not slamming an item here. Here, we don't really have we have Jinx as a Morello's holder, so I wouldn't even feel bad about just slamming Morello's here. I think it's one of the most necessary items in the current meta. You could also just take Giant Slayer, which is a good sword slam and can be really flexible. So I would take the bow or the Giant Bolt here. Okay, I don't hate the bow. And it could also be Guinsoo's, right? I guess you'd rather build Guinsoo's here, even. I would personally have gone for the Morello. Because I think, Jinx is a fine Morello's holder. But yeah. Even make 20 here. I mean, you definitely want to play for Lost Streak. I wouldn't level here. We're on a 3 Lost Streak. Our board is not very strong. We've hit the only pair that the only 2-star unit we have is Heimerdinger. I think you just identify that you're on a 3 Lost Streak here and you want to lose out on the rest of your rounds. We could have done this and made even more gold, but we'd also have less HP because you definitely save some HP playing this board. But I don't think you ever go to 6 here. I agree with playing the Skarner. That's good. So yeah, I mean, this is surely the strongest board that we can make from this spot, right? Yeah. But I would scout my opponents, right? There's 2 other people with very close HP to ours. They're not in our pool, though. Oh yeah, we fought both these people already. So we're kind of hard chilling. You basically just have to scout this person, right? Because they've lost 1 or 2 rounds, maybe. I mean, definitely scout your opponents and see. Because, like, it's possible that you fight a weak board and you lose. Or you win, which is actually, like, a loss for your econ. Can we kill 1? Nice. I mean, this person went 6 with level up, which is kind of nuts, but I mean, they're pushing the tempo, I guess. They're not even on a win streak, though. I don't agree with that play out of them. Oh, you just check Mirage. Okay, what's Mirage here? Dual Dexterity. It's not a bad one. Not bad, but I mean, we're not really playing around Mirage with this Guinsoo Slam. I don't think there's a need to do this at all. Because you want to lose the next round to keep your 5 loss streak. So why spike your board now? If anything, spike it at 3-2. Or I'm at 74 right here. I'm even comfortable just losing out the next 4 rounds and just spiking at 3-5. Might even be able to go 8 at 3-5 with level up. You probably can, I imagine. I don't agree with this play. You get an Ornn. Okay, I would definitely play that over Skarner. Or, I mean, yeah, you can just play it as a unit here. There's nothing better to get in, I guess. Shen, but That forces you to not make econ. Okay, hopefully we still lose this fight, because you really want to continue to lose for your streak. But yeah, I would almost never make this play on stage. In general, it's very rare that I roll on stage 2. That's just like a rule of thumb. I tend not to roll on stage 2. The only times I would roll on stage 2 is if you are a 4-win streak and rolling can potentially make you hit a 5 streak, and even then it's only sometimes. I would never ever roll in this loss streak scenario because you want to continue your loss streak and you want to keep making gold. Now we're gonna have 10 gold, best case, going into neutrals. We might not even be making econ going into neutrals. It's definitely rough. But instead we could be making gold here. We'd have our 5 loss streak and have a ton of interest gold. So yeah, a bit rough. And I would even sell Skarner here, personally. We can get something else in. We need to repair our econ because this is really, really tough. The upside is our board's not the weakest. It's still not that strong. We have this item slammed on Senna. I would love for it to be on Jinx right now because I mean she's gonna be a way better item holder. We'll see what items we get off Krugs though. Okay, IE is fine. Kill the Volibear, make 20. Nice. Another Rod is a bit rough, but it can just become Morello's. Or, like, worst case, like a Locket. Okay, we end up getting rewarded for holding the Skarner. So we get Skarner, too. So that's cool. But, I mean, I'm down to just keep loss streaking here and then go fast level 8 at 3-5 still. I still think that's the play. Maybe even just int it out until 4-1, depending on how these fights go. I don't think our board's that weak, even. So this Heimerdinger is a synergy-less Heimerdinger, too. I feel like stage 3 is when it starts to fall off, playing just like 2-starred units with 0 synergy. But I mean, if we can find the Trist, then it all comes together, right? We can get Tristan over Senna, or over one of these bruisers, but I think it should be over Senna, definitely. And then you can move items to Jinx, which would be really cool. All right, what do we get here? Featherweight CB Axiom. I'm down for CB. Yeah, that's totally fine by me. But like, this is where I would look to actually spike and go levels, maybe. You would go level 6 here, but I probably wouldn't even roll at all. We'd have way more gold, and then we can just sack 2 more rounds. Going 7 here is... I wouldn't do it, personally. I think we can just wait and go fast 8 with this augment. I think it's fine. I think you can just play this game a bit more greedy. You would take a little bit more damage. It would probably be like 58 HP here, maybe. But I think you can sack the next 2 and go, like, turbo fast 8. It's like we almost have enough gold to go 8 here, right? But I mean... Nice thing is that our board's stronger, so we've stabilized a bit. I think you are probably just uncomfortable playing at low HP totals. But I mean, the idea is if you can spike your board hard enough at 8, then like you'll just be turbo ahead of the lobby, and you can just go like 9 from that spot. Whereas in this spot, we might end up in a situation where we're really poor, and we can't actually spike our board enough to win. Relative to all the other people who have taken prismatic augments, right? Because right now, I mean, level up's done some work for us, but I wouldn't say we've got the full value of our prismatic augment. But I mean, we still got 25 gold, so we'll see what we can do. But yeah, I definitely would have played this differently. But we'll see what we can do from here. Okay. Almost. One more. Wait, we win. We win these, huh? Nice. Okay. Even more HP. I mean, like, the longer you live with this econ augment, the closer you get to just going like level 8. I guess at like 4-1, you're gonna go level 8. Working with tier here, I don't even hate. Okay, it's edge. You could take the Sona, just for Sona's sake. What's our component right now? We slammed IE, so we have that. We have the rod, and I don't dislike taking Morello's here at all. You could also take the Sona. The Nikos? I don't have a... Yeah, I don't really see why we take this, unless we're going to slam, like, a Locket, but I don't think that's the best slam. I'd personally just take Morello so that we have some kind of healing reduction for the team. I mean, she's a better frontliner, I guess, but not even, like, that much better. I mean, ideally you get in 4 Bruiser here, which I don't... I hope we didn't... No Bruiser in this shop. No Bruiser in this shop. Yeah, I guess we didn't pass up 4 Bruiser at any moment, right? Yeah, okay. There was that Shen earlier, but we would have had to guarantee not make income. We didn't make income anyway, so we could have picked up the Shen. This is the fight we just won? No, this is the fight right after Carousel. Okay, we get kind of wrecked. But yeah, like, I think by stabilizing earlier, you make it harder for yourself to actually stabilize later, right? Because now, like, stabilizing during stage 4 is going to be really difficult for you, right? Ooh, what a shop. Okay. I'm gonna put a Siphon here. or just like this Nico plus one of the bruisers. I'd personally do it. Now we get Elise in here, so we can move items over to Siphon. Oh, okay. I mean, I'd personally put the Gwinsus on Siphon anyway. I mean, it's a decent pivot, right? Because you still have the Nico. Maybe you were thinking of a Siphon plan this whole time. My problem again is I don't think Siphon is a comp that actually caps out that high. Yeah, like I feel like the benefit of a level up is that you can go fast 8 or fast 9 potentially, and then cap your board really, really high to be at the same level as other people have taken prismatic augments, right? Because everyone else is up like a combat augment, or, you know, most people are. Other people took level up or something like that. But the people who took like Celestial Blessing, they're up an entire combat augment every fight. So you have to cap your board out that much higher to be at the same level. If you just cap your board out at, say, like a Siphon board, that spikes really hard on level 7, or like a Corki board that spikes really hard on level 7, then you're just going to lose all your fights because other people are going to basically be up an entire prismatic on you. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of playing Siphon from this spot, but I mean it's definitely our strongest board here. I just wonder if there's something better that we could have made. Like, I mean, we're cutting the Senna to move items over. It's quite reasonable. And we're holding this Elise. We can get in for Whispers and Shapeshifter here. So, wait, we cut the Ornn? Huh? Okay, no, we do cut the Tom Kench. Okay, that's good. Okay. And I mean, yeah, getting rid of the Senna here. I think this is probably our strongest board. I would honestly just put Gwinsu here as well. I think it's better itemized. It's a fine item on Siphon, especially when you're playing the Whispers variant. But yeah, I think Siphons can do more than this Elise 1-star. It's just 8 cost unit versus, you know, 3 cost unit. So, yeah. But yeah, we're at the kind of problem here where we're kind of poor, right? We're like really poor. I mean, not like really poor. We're like pretty poor. Yeah, you can hold the Kiana. Yeah, I'm completely down to sell the Heimer at this point. But the Jinx too is not bad. I'd hold the Jinx too. I don't think we're gonna end up playing Swain, but there's a possibility. I mean, I would definitely sell our bench here and make income. Okay, we don't have time to. We find another Whisper and a Shen. I mean, theoretically, we can definitely spike here. Get this in, but we don't even have 6 Whispers, so it's not stronger yet. I'm like 100% sure, actually. And just having the Jinx in here, pretty sure. I mean, I'm definitely sure that the Jinx is stronger here, just unitemized, because, I mean, we didn't spike to 6 Whisper yet. If you had a Silas and we could spike to 6 Whisper, then yeah, that's stronger. Okay. I mean, I feel like we kind of have to spike our board next turn and roll it. We have a decent amount of gold. Yeah, but like, personally, I would play this game, but just spike a bit later. I mean, 35 HP is not great, but I mean, you could have spiked, your board, like, not during stage 2. You could have spiked during stage 3 and been like basically the same power level here, but just with more gold. So yeah, I think it was just a little bit early to spike our board at 3-2. Okay, it's not Egg. Stand United is pretty garbage in this comp as well. I mean, ideally we pivot out into a different comp, but the problem is we've slammed all these AD items, which like, they don't really work with a lot of the late game capped carries, right? All the big dragons are AP. You could put them on like a Yasuo. There's Grab Bag. You could make like an Assassin's Bat Siphon. Might be your best bet, but you have to hope that you get a glove. I don't even hate a reroll here. Zen United 3 is a really strong augment, but I just don't think we're going to actually get that much use out of it if we're playing around Siphon. Could pivot to a Corki board maybe and get a lot of use out of it. But like, if we didn't have these items slammed, I would definitely take Stand here and just cap my board out really high. Yeah, I think it's either Grab Egg or reroll here. It's never Egg. No shot you're taking Egg. You're 35 HP. You're gonna die before this Egg hatches. Because now you're playing down a second Prismatic Augment. Only take the Egg when you are like a ton of HP or win streaking, or a ton of HP and win streaking. Okay, you can pick up all these 4 costs. Oh, you definitely pick up the Talon, right? For the Assassin. Nico 2's nice. We should definitely be holding these Talons. He's an incredible splash unit. We could just have Talon 2 in here, which would be really nice. Yeah, I mean, we don't need a lot of these units. Okay, we get Revel in here over Assassin. We also really need to find a Silas to really spike our board. But yeah, I mean, you could even have Talon to hold your items. So, like I said, we ended up spiking our board into like a kind of almost, it's not even that generic of a Corki board because we're playing like a bunch of Whispers as well. But like a lot of these people, once they spike their board, I'm quite confident that we're going to lose fights to them. Background pair is kind of nice. At least 2, okay. That's a Shyvana, but we don't really have items for her, right? How can you really play around Shyvana this game? Okay. You were thinking this entire time about a 6 Rage Wing pivot. Interesting. And I mean, we get a bit bailed out. I don't think Shyvana with no items and then Zaya carrying your items, I don't love it, personally. But it might be your strongest board here. We should really get this Twitch in over Thresh, right? But I think that's just a lack of time. We need a JG for the IE to do anything on Shyvana, right? Her spell's AP, so she needs JG for it to be able to crit. So IE is doing negative here. Okay, not negative, but not very much. But the upside is, you know, we're fighting someone who's got like 50 gold banked, so we should win this one. That's not bad. You could even hold the Talon pair here, but I don't know if you could fit it in. You definitely want to get Twitch in here. Okay. I would have personally not slammed the... If you really want to go this route, you don't slam the Gunblade, and you look for JG here, because IE does nothing on its own on Shyvana, so there's no point to putting it there. Like, I probably, if I want to make this pivot, you could slam IE on Zaya, or you can wait 1 round and then grab JG off Carousel here, because we could have got it. But yeah, we take Glove here, so I guess you're angling for the JG, but you could have just waited 1 round. Yeah, you would have been okay. 35 HP. I mean, it's definitely Twitch here, right? Just had Twitch. Okay, that's good. I mean, like, what are we rolling for, actually, at this point? I think our board might actually be stable. I mean, we're rolling for Zaya, too, is the only thing. But, like, I kind of believe... And we played this. I mean, I think you want the Twitch in for Swift Shot for Zaya. But, I mean, it's not bad to play this upgraded unit. I love an upgraded unit, but I think Swift Shot for Zaya is kind of crucial here, because I feel like you're going to lack a bit of damage. So this guy's board looks pretty weak. Morello's Varus. Okay. Looks like we're still going to win this. I mean, if we can get a JG off Carousel, we might be able to top 4 this game. We'll see. But like I said, I don't think we've capped our board as high as I'd like for it to be. I'd much rather have a much more capped out board. But I think you've just said that, okay, like, fuck it. Like, Zaya's not that much of a unit, so I'm not even going to put the Twitch in. Which I don't really completely agree with. Just having a Silas 2 here, I don't think it's that big a deal. Kind of blocked Zaya, like, or not Zaya, but Shyvana had to walk all the way around there with our positioning. I don't really agree with it. Really needs, what, 2 autos to ult with these items? He doesn't get any mana from these items, so with any items. So I don't really see the need to, like, make her walk all the way around there. But yeah, like, I mean, at least we won the last 3 fights. But I feel like when people spike at 5-1 and we don't have the ability to spike, it's going to be really rough. And we have 4 turns left on our thing. I mean, we need a rod here. We can't play the game. And you, I think, are identifying that and just rolling it down. Okay, found a rod. Send it. I'm down. Titans isn't even that bad. I mean, we need the rod. Okay. I guess we'll just Titans, like, Eco, maybe? She already has the item on her? Yeah, I'm fine with that. And you just put this on... I wouldn't put it on Nico. I'd put it on, like, Silas or someone. Okay, and we're rolling it down for Zaya, too. I don't hate this, just to try to play for top 4. Okay, we hit Zaya, too. Okay, I mean, now there's literally nothing to roll for except for Shen, too. But, yeah, we'll just chill. I like this positioning much better. I don't know that we even need Hecarim. Okay, yeah, there is an Assassin's player, so it's fine to keep Hecarim there. Okay, but I mean, great. Like, quite good in slot for Shyvana, so maybe this can bail us out into a top 4. It really just depends on how much other people cap out their boards. This honestly looks like a pretty strong level 8 board, but it doesn't look to me like a double prismatic board. But we're also 1 round off the egg hatching. I can't believe... Oh my god. Oh, we're actually going to hatch the egg here. I think you played this game very greedy, but we're actually going to be able to hatch the egg, so... Might work out. Yeah. I mean... Their front line is a 1-star Siphon. Like, their entire team just kind of got deleted. Okay. Let's see what this egg is. I'm down for 2 dragons, double duplicators. We just make Shyvana 2 and get like a free, like the freest top 4 of our life. Ooh. Banshee's Silence is quite good, right? Just put that on anyone. And then the Chalice and the Zeeks, we can, that's okay. I would give them to both, I mean, nah, fuck, you don't even need to give to Zaya. Yeah, just frontline it. I'm actually down for this. Because the time it takes to give the item, like, how much damage is Zaya actually doing in these fights? Like, not that much. These are good items. This is one of the better options for us. The Banshee Silence, the ore items for Shyvana. What are we taking here? Static Shiv? Is there anything better to take? I don't hate Static Shiv. It's a great Zaya item. You take a Ragewing Spat and cut one of the useless Ragewing units. Like you cut Shen here. I guess Shen's the only one you'd really want to cut. We can still cut Shen actually. The other thing is like take ZZ out maybe. I don't hate I think Static Shiv is probably our best pick here though. We don't really need that much frontline. We just need to kill everything. And like Zaya's actually going to be a good applier of the Static Shiv with the Gwinsu's. Kind of a hilarious Zaya build. Okay, and then we level here. Put in Bard. Looks great. Then I guess we can stop rolling because, I mean, it's not like we can even buy a Shyvana if we roll. Yeah, I completely agree with the level there. Okay. I mean, this person's got Aoshin too. So we'll see if we can win this fight. I mean, Shyvana's a really good unit. And the Banshees is quite nice. Oh my god. Okay, nice. Huge win. 4 streak. Really good. Another Shyvana. Oh, if we had Shyvana too, this game is, I mean, definitely a top 4. Maybe even a top 1. We'll see. Okay. Wow. It's crazy how this... Oh, I wouldn't roll there. I don't think... Like, what are you ever buying? If you hit Shyvana, what are you going to do here? And it's not like you're going to take 21 damage in a fight, and we're about to fight neutrals. So I would just look to make econ on neutrals. Like, oh, we're still winning our fights, right? And we cutscene this guy. Hell yeah. Not bad. Okay, top 4. Top 4 secured. Soraka. You ever just, like, I'm super down to play Soraka over this Silas at this point. Not only because she's just a really good unit, and, like, I don't think a Silas 2 with no Magein this late in the game is useful at all. But also just because she can heal up your HP. I mean, there's not going to be that many fights left, but I'm pretty sure Soraka is still just as a unit stronger than Silas here, and, you know, she has the added benefit of healing up your HP that can, like, potentially guarantee you, like, a top 2 instead of a top 3 or something. So I'd play Soraka here over Silas, personally. We just have to pick up the gold here and then buy Shyvana so we don't have to lock it, right? Yep. Okay, I mean, that's Shiv too. Should be guaranteed. And it's a perfect item, right, Gargoyles? No need to remove or anything here. I mean, we should be able to cruise to a top 2 here. I don't know if anyone else is even capped there. I mean, that board looks like garbage. What's the other board? What's the first place player's board? You're so fast. I'm also on 2x speed. I mean, this looks like garbage as well. I'm pretty sure we can just win out this game. Unless there's another board that I'm not seeing. Shyvana board, but it's Shyvana 1 with tank items. Their only carry is Yasuo, and he's Yasuo 1 with a Gwinsu's. Like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, as it turned out, no one else kept their board out very high this game. And the golden egg actually helped us really well. I didn't think we're going to be able to crack it. Okay, so there's that Aoshin player, right? Okay, so that's the only person potentially stopping us. We fight this guy, which seems like a free dub. Like, what the... I'm actually astounded that this is their board. Like, oh, what is this? Okay, how'd the other person do? They won. I mean, you just go 10 from this spot, right? You can also, we could get 4 shape in by cutting Shen for Swain. I would hold this Swain here, so we can get 4 shape in with, like, Gnar. And then you could end up... Then it would be Chef's Kiss to cut the Silas for a Soraka, because then you get in Jade. It's going to be a little bit hard to find. I mean, it's 31% for a 2 cost, so not even bad. Oh, wait, no, that's 3 cost. I'm colorblind. 15% for a 2 cost. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I was like, 31%? That seems really high at level 9. Okay, we fight this guy. They don't have a Lulu in. It's Ornn 1, and World's Most Random Nico is frontline. And a TFT gives us an 84% chance of winning. I don't think it's quite that high because they have Zoe too with Morello's, but I mean, it's definitely good. Like, we can definitely win this fight. Kind of depends on, like, good Zoe ults and stuff. If they got, like, really good Zoe ults, they might be able to clinch it out. But I mean, it looks like they can't. They really need a Lulu in, but I don't even know if Lulu can swing that fight. What do we want here? Chalice isn't bad, though it'd be kind of hard to apply on Shyvana. It's just Chalice, or Zephyr is our best bet, right? And after that, it's Chalice. Okay. I wouldn't slam that yet. You can do like the Zephyr cheese, where you can just slam it right before the fight starts. But I guess you're just that confident that you can win this. I mean, yeah, their board does look like kind of garbage. Like, I don't know what this Nico is doing here. I mean, outside of that, it actually looks quite good. They needed like a Yasuo in as well. Nico out for Yasuo. And then maybe Soraka out for a Lulu. But I mean, the biggest thing is it's Ornn 1. That's crazy to me. Like, how do they have Aoshin 2, Soraka 2, Ornn 1? I don't get it. They just don't have the front line. I mean, it doesn't really matter because Shyvana just can dive bomb the back line and just kill everything. But yeah, okay, that's like a pretty sick Doyle, but still doesn't. It was almost close. Wait, do we lose this? No, I can't see Shyvana's HP, but okay, yeah, there's no shot. Okay, probably one more fight. Looks like we went out. Well, okay, so like I honestly think they could win that fight if they had like an Ornn 2 and like just a Yasuo, ideally a Yasuo 2 over that Nico. No need to roll here, right? What are we gonna hit? We don't have any gold to buy stuff. You ever Zephyr their front line here? Probably not. They actually moved their Aoshin to an interesting spot. It looks like it's gonna dodge the Shiv ult, but it does get hit by like Hecarim ult and stuff. I mean, I don't even know if that's enough though. Doesn't Shyvana just delete the whole team? It's gonna get another Aoshin ult off. Oh, wow. What a close fight. I mean, that fight wasn't actually that close. What a close game. 2 HP, 4 HP. Jeez. And still, like, our board is not really even that close to capped. Like, we're still missing a lot of stuff. Like, we need Mystic in really badly over this turbo random Sylas. I still think Soraka is stronger than Sylas as well. I don't even think that's stronger, though. I think the Bard is really nice. I would just play Yasuo 2 over the Sylas 10 times out of 10. Or the Soraka over the Sylas, right? You always play the Yasuo 2. Yeah. But I mean, you need Mystic in here, ideally. 50 MR for your entire team's pretty big. They let their Aoshin get Zephyred because they didn't move it at all? Bruh. Okay. I mean, it's a Archangel's. Oh, it's dead. Okay. It's a dub. Not bad. Not bad at all. Dies of cutscene. All right. Oh, and we're 32 minutes in. Jeez. Okay. So then I'll do a recap really quick. It was a long game because we went first. Okay. Good job on the first. I think there are infinite things to be improved this game. Be open to like playing almost any opener early game. There's certain openers that I really like, but I don't like that you sold this Braum immediately. It means you're just completely closed off to playing Braum. There are very few units right now that I think are just not worth playing at all around early game. You even have I don't think you're comfortable playing the Aatrox early, which you totally should be. I think like Aatrox is actually quite a strong unit early. If we can hit like an Aatrox 2, Braum, Yone, I mean, we even end up getting dropped the what's its name? Olaf. So you can just play Aatrox, Olaf, Braum, and then get like a Guardian in, and our board can be really strong. That's not to say that you should play an Olaf reroll game. I think that comp is garbage, but you can absolutely play this comp, like Warriors with Guardians and Skillscorn as your early game, and then just pivot out. I also think like going 6 here and rolling is a colossal mistake. It completely like destroys our econ for no reason. We want to lose this fight. Imagine if we spiked here enough that we won this fight. That would be horrendous. We want to lose this fight because we've lost the first 4. You always, if you lose the first 4, want to keep your loss streak and make econ. So like we could be making 30 here. Instead, we end up making not even 10, which is just crazy to me. Like I personally would lose the first 5, and then you can maybe spike at 3-2. But like I was honestly talking about spiking at 3-5, which wouldn't even be that bad. I mean, we spiked a decent bit in our board. We end up being like what, 50? Oh, even 60 HP? 3-5? Yeah. So we could probably lose like 10 more HP, be 50 HP here, but like go 8 here, and then just roll it down with like probably like 20 gold, and then spike our board. Or we could even just like go 8 here, put a unit in, and then potentially like roll it down later. Or we could even, depending on how we spike our board earlier, we can roll down more. So I think yeah, I think this level just doesn't make any sense from the perspective of 1, loss streak, and 2, you don't need to spike your board here. You don't want to spike your board here. I think maybe you're uncomfortable with taking a lot of damage, which like, not to say that you should just throw your HP away every game, but you should be more comfortable to the point that you don't almost completely grief your loss streak and your entire econ. So something to keep in mind as well. Um, I don't really, yeah, I don't really like these item slams. Like I was saying, I would have looked at more like a Morello's Giant Slayer angle, because those can flex very easily into the AP carries. Like imagine our items slammed were like Morello's Giant Slayer, then we can immediately put those items on Shyvana, and then our board spikes so much sooner than having to slam IE plus Gunblade and then waiting to get a JG off of Treasure Dragon. But we managed to get it, which is nice. I also think this, I mean, and I've said this a million times. It's an elo thing. If you don't get punished at your elo for taking golden egg at 35 HP with like a relatively weak board, then keep doing it. But eventually you will get punished. But I mean, in this spot you don't get punished, so it's completely fine. But if you ever are in a game and you take a golden egg and you die, and you're like diamond elo or master tier or something, and you'll be like, yeah, that was a really greedy play. Because this is objectively a greedy play. It's just you don't get punished because other people are also being really, really greedy, which I feel like greed scales with elo, right? The higher you go, the less greedy people tend to be. So it's just something to adjust with your playstyle as you climb. But I mean, here it works out, so I'm not going to tell you it's wrong because it's completely right if you don't get punished. I just, if you're a master tier, you might even be able to get away with master tier. If you're like GM challenger, you will get punished for taking you will go 8th this game taking this augment because you're playing down a prismatic for so many fights. But yeah, I mean, in general, I like how we end up capping out the board. I really would have just waited one round and greeted out the JG because we're about to hit carousel here. The IE does nothing for Shyvana, right? Until you get the JG. So, like, I understand the impulse to slam an item here because you don't want to die, but I would take 10 damage here if it means that I can get the JG in and then win the next, like all of these rounds, basically. And yeah, like, does the Gunblade really make any diff in this fight? It heals your team a tiny bit. Like, maybe you can make the argument. I mean, Shyvana's still quite healthy at the end of the fight. She dealt 3.6k. So I would make the argument that Gunblade didn't do that much in this fight. You can just wait one round. Like, worst case scenario, you take like 8 damage here. So that as well. And then, I mean, like, most of the late game, I generally like. I don't really completely agree with how we capped out our comp. There's no reason to have 3 Bruiser in this late, right? There's so many better units to get in super late game. And I definitely would get Mirage in. Or, Mirage? Why did I say that? Mystic. Just the M things. You would absolutely get in Mystic here. And then this Aushin fight is so much easier to beat. Like, you don't need this unit in. You can absolutely just have Bard in plus like a Lulu in, and that's completely fine. You could even like theoretically cut Ornn, but I mean having the 2 Bruiser with an Ornn too is kind of nice. So I'm down to keep this unit. I would definitely like. Yeah, you probably don't play Soraka then. You play Bard plus like Lulu or a Nami or something. That's totally fine. You could even cut like 6 Rage Wing, but that's a little scuffed. So I'd probably just have the 2 Mystic in, maybe 3 Mystic out for this if we hit like a Lulu 2 or something. But I mean, the Bruiser is nice. It's just not that much value late game. Like, 2 Mystic to 3 Mystic is so much more value late game than 0 Bruiser to 2 Bruiser, but Ornn 2 is obviously much better than like a Lulu 1. But yeah, really interesting game. I think a lot of stuff to go through. And yeah, I mean, congrats on the first. But yeah, I still think definitely a lot to be improved this game, early game, mid game, and late game as well. But yeah, I hope you learned from this, and I hope everyone on YouTube enjoyed as well. Definitely a really entertaining game. As always, if you're interested in getting coaching, check out my Metafy. The link is in the description down below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!